Hi, first grade. Today's lesson is all about editing. So by now, you should have written at least one complete review. So today, we're going to learn how to edit so that we can make our reviews and our writing readable. We are going to do that by using an editing checklist that you all should have. So this is what our editing checklist looks like. We are going to use our editing checklist so that we can make our writing the very best that it can be. When using an editing checklist, good writers have to do something that's really, really important. And actually, good writers should do this all throughout their writing to make sure that it's readable. Good writers need to reread their writing to make sure that it makes sense. So I am going to reread my writing about Edaline Dairy and use my editing checklist as I go. So the very first thing on our editing checklist that we're looking for in our writing is to make sure that we wrote our opinion about something we feel strongly about. And I can look at my plan and know right away that I'm telling all of you guys about Edaline Dairy and how you should go there for dessert. So it's not a story. It's not about one time when I went somewhere, when I did something. I'm not telling you any facts or anything. So I definitely did that. So I'm just going to check that off on my checklist. So I'm going to leave this over here on the side. And the next thing that a good writer needs to have in their writing is they need to have written a beginning that got the reader's attention and named the topic. So I'm going to reread to check to see if I have a beginning where I name the topic and said my opinion to get the reader's attention. Have you ever wanted a really yummy dessert? Did you know Edaline Dairy has the best ice cream in town? Edaline Dairy is an ice cream shop in Sumas. Edaline Dairy is way better than any other ice cream shop in town. Okay, so I named my topic. Edaline Dairy started with a question to hook my reader in. I've got a question. Edaline Dairy is an ice cream shop. Name my topic. And I think, so there's my opinion right there. Edaline Dairy is better than any other ice cream shop in town. Okay, great. So I'm going to look at my checklist. Do I have a beginning? Yes. So now I want to make sure that I have some reasons that have words like because, and, so that each reason has an example or for each reason I said a little bit more about it to make that reason really convincing. So I'm looking to see if I have reasons with like transition words like because and. Edaline Dairy is way better than any other ice cream place because you get to see and choose your own ice cream flavor. Well, I've got one in there. At places like Edaline Dairy, you basically can only choose chocolate or vanilla, and you can't see it. Another reason why Edaline Dairy is the best is because you can eat outside. You can bring friends and family. And finally, Edaline Dairy is open all day long. Okay, so do I have some transition words in there, like and because? I found a couple. Okay, did I write more than one reason? Let's see. Edaline Dairy is better because you get to choose your own ice cream flavor. Okay. Here's one reason. Another reason why it's the best is because you can eat outside and you can bring your friends. So there's another one. That's 2 reasons. And I even said for this one, you can eat outside. And then I added more by saying, you can bring friends. And finally, Edaline Dairy is open all day long. Okay. So did I write more than one reason and said a little bit about each one? I would say I'm going to go back and I'm going to look because I'm thinking for my last reason, I didn't really say a little bit about that reason, so I could probably add a little bit more to that. Another reason why Edaline Dairy is the best is because you can eat outside. You can bring friends. So there's the twin sentence there. Now let me look at the end. And finally, Edaline Dairy is open all day long. So I could probably add a little bit more there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my pencil or my pen, and I'm thinking about why that's so great. And it's because you could go there after dinner because they're open so late. So I'm just going to add that in right here. You can go after dinner. Okay. So that would have been something on my checklist where I would say, not quite yet. Okay. I used convincing words, sparkly words. That's probably something else I could probably work on because I didn't get very crafty with my writing. I just was straight to the point. So not quite yet. And now I need to check to see if I have an ending. I think Edaline Dairy is the best place for dessert because the ice cream flavors are endless. You can see a lot of people outside. They're open all day long. And how did I hook my reader? Next time you want dessert, go to Edaline Dairy. All right, so I definitely have an ending. Okay, friends. So, did I have a beginning, 3 reasons and an ending? Yes, I definitely did. But what I want to do now is, as good writers do, they need to go back and they need to make these changes for the things that they haven't quite finished yet. Just like when I needed to add a little bit more about my last reason, I thought about it and then added on another sentence. Okay? Then I'll go back and reread and see how I could add some convincing words to my writing, like some sparkly words, maybe, about how delicious the flavors are and how creamy the strawberry flavor is. Okay, first graders? So, your job today is to pick your very best review that you've written. And I want you to use your checklist to edit your writing so that it is readable. Okay? Can't wait to see these reviews.